Welcome back to Cage Press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eddie Law, and joining us today, making his return after over a year away from punching people in the face in the cage, one championship lightweight, Martin Nguyen. Hey, we're talking to royalty, folks. Martin, how's it going?
Good, man. Good. Thank you for having me on the show, man. Shout out to Cage Press.
Hey, appreciate you taking the time, man. So you've been out for a little over a year after your fight with Gary Tonin. Was there an injury that you had to deal with, or maybe something was going on, or is it just how it worked out?
Nah, yeah. Obviously, I wanted to get back in there
Mhm.
from that poor performance that I had against Gary Turner, but one championship had other plans, and it is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on that. The past is the past. The year layoff is what I really actually needed to kind of
Mhm.
rebuild my family, and that whole fight camp with Gary Turner, I spent 6 months of the year away from my family, and so that really hurt us. So I was actually happy that blessing in disguise, I'd say, to have that whole year off, and now I'm like seeing the bigger picture of where my career is heading, and I'm going to take full advantage of it.
What'd you end up doing the whole year? I mean, you said rebuild the family and all that. You just went home and kind of just focused on that.
Yeah, so my kids are getting older, man. I've got like my eldest is turning 16 this year, so he's not a little baby anymore, bro. So for me, it's just being with the family, taking him to family events, helping my wife, being with my wife, all that makes me feel at home, and for me, I'm the most dangerous when I'm the most comfortable, and when I'm uncomfortable, then you don't know what part of me you're getting. But for me, just rebuilding myself, mind, body, spirit, rebuilding my family, and going from there, I feel all renewed and refreshed and ready to go.
Yeah, perfect. You got to do the dad job and the most important time in a teenager's life. So that's good. That's good work, dude. Um, so you hold some very special history. You're the first fighter in one championship history to hold two belts at one time. It seems like these days a lot of fighters are trying to do the same thing, and some actually pull it off. But how special is having that distinction? You're the first one to do it. Like if someone Google's first championship in one championship history, your face is popping up.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. Look, I just had like a very great opportunity that was given to me, and I couldn't really say no. At the start, I did say no. I didn't want to fight Edward Folai second world title because he had just won the title, and we had spent time in LA together, and I seen like just a build up of when he. It's like fighting a friend for the world title.
Mm.
Like for me, that's just like I don't want to do that. But then I messaged him. I said, "Hey, this is the fight that I got offered. I don't want to fight you." And he messaged me back saying, "This is our job. We have to do that." And so he kind of like shut our friendship down. And I was like, you know what, bro? If that's the way it goes, man, it is what it is. And I had to fight him. There wasn't any animosity in there whatsoever. It's just two guys going to do their job. And yeah, it happened to work out for me, not for him. And yeah, and the rest is in history.
There you go, man. A pro's got to be a pro. What are you gonna do?
Definitely, man.
All right. So your one debut came in 2014. So I've been watching you for a long time. You're coming up on 11 years, and you're still
Yeah.
doing it at a high level. Having gone through all the bouts, all the injuries, the wins, the losses. Now you're 35 years old and still a young guy for being there for so long. And I mean that's just your one run. As you get ready for this fight in just a few days, have you taken any time to look back and just be like, man, I've done a lot, and I'm still going in.
You know what? Yeah, last year, with like that, obviously the time that I had off last year, this is what I'm saying. I got to sit down, I got to
Mhm.
reflect, and it came into that 10-year mark with my first bout, and even before that, I signed in 2013. That was like, I still remember receiving that contract like it was yesterday, and I was like, man, this is so crazy how far I've come and how much I've done, and I've like, thankfully enough for me, it worked out where. You know, I'm the one doing more damage than getting hit myself. So my brain health is still here. My body health is still here. Nothing's deteriorating, and I'm still able to do the job that I love and have set me up the most. And this is me giving back to the MMA community.
That's amazing, man. All right, so let's get to the main course while we're here. 1171 in Qatar, February 20th. The challenge is named Shamil Gasanov. How do you feel about the matchup just days away from the actual fight?
Yeah, no, the matchup is a matchup long time coming. Two
Mm-hmm.
years. I was meant to fight him 2 years ago when he hit the scene, and so in saying that, he's definitely a very, very good fight. He is the boogeyman of the division. I say that with facts going into this fight that no one wants to fight this type of guy because all he does is just he takes you down and he mauls you for the 3 rounds, whatever he has to do. And no one wants to take risks when it comes to fighting people like that. For me, I've never said no to a fight. So when this name came up, the first time I was all in. it didn't work out the first time because he had to pull out because he had health issues.
Mhm.
But all in all, even if his name had come up, I wasn't going to say no. This is the type of person and type of fights that I want to take. When I look back at my career and my legacy, I can say that I fought the very best, never said no to any opponent. Everyone that I fought were either former world champs, former champs in general, or, you know, have been on huge streaks, huge backing behind them, hype train, whatever. I fought the best of the best. And so wins or losses, I don't really care, man. I want to say that I done it right the first time.
Gotcha. So you said it, man. He's a wrestler. He's coming out of the Dagestan. We know all about the Dagestani wrestling, dude. We got the Nurmagomedovs. You got Habib, Usman, Umar, of course. Islam Makhachev. He's got that wrestling, but you faced wrestlers before. Like you had that one against Kirill, where you were able to get back up. And in fact, there was a couple times you stuffed a couple of them, and you would like time the knees right on top of the head, which is beautifully done. Have you had to add like a lot more wrestling into your camp for this one than normal?
Yeah. So anti-wrestling in general, and for me to say that this guy's never going to take me down is me being naive and, not seeing the bigger picture. This guy's had 17-ish fights and he's taken every single one of his opponents down, right? The one thing that I see different is when he takes his opponents down, they turn it into somewhat of a wrestling match or jiu-jitsu match where I know he's going to take me down, but when he takes me down, he's going to be eating elbows at the same time. He's going to be eating kicks. I don't care if he's on his knees, I'll kick him to the chest if I have to. I'll fight off my back. And thankfully enough, with one championship rule set, he can take me down and hold me down for 15 minutes. But if he's doing no damage, that don't mean shit. So for me, I just want to see blood, to be honest with you. Like straight up, he's gonna take me down. If the moment I cut him open, I'm gonna go crazy. That's what I want in this fight. I want to see blood.
So he's gonna have to accept the price for taking you down then, because elbows off your back. It hasn't been highlighted as much, like maybe only like last few years, man. People off their back, elbowing and everything like that. So you're gonna make them pay for every takedown. And with the rule set, you're absolutely right. Like the damage is king. That's how it goes. So 100%. So you've worked a lot of those scenarios in camp.
12 to 6 elbows, man. That's my bread and butter right now. I know he's going to take me down. It's up to me to defend the takedown, obviously, make him work for it. And if he does get it, I'm going to make him work to keep it. And that's it. Like, if he gives me one little bit of space to get up, I'm up. That's it.
Gotcha. So you normally train in Florida, but you went home for this one. Obviously, the home cooking, having your family around is beautiful. Where did you train at? And like, who was like the one sparring partner where you were like, this is the guy that's going to help me get ready for Shamil?
Yeah. So I did my jiu-jitsu coach, working a lot of my jiu-jitsu off my back stuff, catching him while he's taking me down or whatnot. Just situational stuff where he's good at, just back escapes, headlock control, like all the stuff where it leads him to path of victory. So I'm in there, and once it happens to me, I know that like I've been there, done that. I know how to get out of this. I work with my striking coach, boxing, a lot of boxing, working the body work on my boxing and focusing a lot on my kickboxing as well. But mainly putting it all together, I've been doing my fight camp out of Gracie's Meeting Grange under Alex Prats. That's Robert Whittaker's coach. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys there, high-level wrestlers as well. And the guys there that like push me wrestling style, just the lay on me like, very heavy. It made me work. So I really appreciate Alex and his team for welcoming me in with two open arms, man. I'm happy to learn so much from him, and putting it all together, that's up to me.
And you got to sleep in your own bed with your family nearby. That's got to be a beautiful thing.
For sure. Everything is like 10, 15 minutes away, at most half an hour with the traffic.
There you go. Is that something you're going to try and just keep going? Maybe stay at home, or are you going to go back to Killcliff for a little bit, or what are you thinking?
Man, at this stage of my career, I'm happy to do everything at home. Being so much closer to my family, it's coming to that. As I said, my kids are coming into that teenage stage, and it's like me being around. I'm still like relatively like the young dad when it comes to the group of friends that my son has. For me to do stuff with my son, man, like even though he gets on my nerves, it's like a love-hate relationship with my son. I swear to God, it's like he's my little best friend, man.
Yeah. No, look, man, I got two out of college now. They're adults. They're living their life and everything. Enjoy it, because 16 to 24 goes quick. It's crazy.
Just like that, huh? Just like
it's
that,
fast, man. So you're doing the right thing, man. Hey, props to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So switching gears for just a little bit here, you stuck to lightweight the last few fights, right? Has there been any thought about going back to 45, just maybe for a fight or two, or are you down with 45?
Look, that weight cut that I had against Bibiana the first time when I went down to 45, I felt like, man, this is my weight class. This is where I'm meant to be. But then when I kind of forced it the second time round, and I went from featherweight after fighting it, and then straight back into the bantamweight division. I was like, man, I almost died. I actually felt like I can actually, when I was lying down in my bed, I was like hearing my heart beat, and I was like, yeah, nah, this is not good, eh? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is not good. And so in saying that, I was more stressed about losing weight than focusing of getting better in fight camp. My whole fight camp was more about losing weight and doing all that cardio shit to make the weight. And so in saying that, I was like, I'm not happy, man. I'm not happy. I'd rather be training my heart out, knowing that I'm on weight year round, and knowing that I don't have to stress to make weight. All I can focus on is relatively just fighting. And lightweight, the featherweight division in one championship, lightweight is my weight division, and that's where I'm most happiest. So that's where it has to be.
There you go. All right, let's get a couple quick ones in here that are not really too fight related and a little more fun. So, first one is I read you started training martial arts to lose weight. What was the heaviest you got to?
I was walking around pounds wise 185.
185, okay.
Yeah, I'm about 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah,
185 was a balloon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's got to be a lot for 5'7", 5'7", 5'8". Now you were talking about your kids. You got the teenager. It happened to me already, bro. As he, you know, they turn 16, 17, they get the testosterone starts going up, hormones start flying, they start walking around with their chest out and stuff like that. Has he tested you yet?
Oh, every day. He grabs me, man. Like, it's so annoying. This is why he gets on my nerves because he, like, you know, he goes to the gym. I make him lift weights. We work hard together. Like me and him, I go with him. We do our strength conditioning together. He's walking around 76 kilos. What's that? About 168. He's walking about 168. So he's heavier than me. Definitely, like when I can feel his strength. He's got baby strength, but I can already picture him having adult strength, and that's crazy itself. So he always tests me, and you know, I recently got my jiu-jitsu black belt, and he always wants to wrestle and grab me and put me in headlocks. You know, I just have to put that black belt on and show him his boss. You know,
that's my favorite thing about training with black belts. It's not that they're trying to get you; they're just letting you tire yourself out, and then they pull the smooth stuff on you. I'm just like, come on, bro, come on, let me fight, dude. Come on. Anyway, and has he talked to you about maybe possibly getting into what you do?
Yeah. So he just recently started boxing.
Okay.
He always in the wrestling side of him, like he's on and off. But right now, like we do a lot of like sprint work, cardio work through flag football. We call it Oztag. So we do like that's my kind of bonding with him, like because that's his favorite sport. He's into that rugby type of feel. I don't push them to do any parts of martial arts because they know, like my kids are at that age now where they know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and so I don't like martial arts. For me, that taught me that, you know, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, in life in general. But through me, they like, and my wife, we taught them what's like, they know what's right and wrong is wrong. And so if they want to take on that martial arts journey and then compete and, you know, competitive wise, then I'm all for it. Like I support their decision. You know, I'm not going to tell them, no, man, you don't need to do it. If they want to do it, I'll support them. Anything in life, man. That's just me as a father in general.
Man, there you go, man. All right, a couple quick ones here. Who's your? Or do you have a favorite athlete outside of combat sports?
Outside of combat sports, favorite athlete, not necessarily favorite. I have obviously favoritism when it comes to fighter versus fighter, but in terms of like athlete in general, no, not necessarily, no.
Gotcha. I talked to Joshua Pasio yesterday. He was immediately fired out. Steph Curry, and I'm like, of course, dude. All the Philippine fighters love Steph Curry. Like that's just how it goes over there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, okay, for fighters, then, who's your favorite fighter of all time?
My favorite fighter, Alex Volkanovski.
Oh, perfectly done. There you go. All right, last one. On February 20th at 1171 in Qatar against Shamil Gasanov, what can fans expect from the champ, Martin Nguyen?
What can fans expect? Blood. Just blood. Whether I'm winning, whether I'm losing, Shamil Gasanov is bleeding. That's all.
Don't wipe your screens, folks. That blood is real, but it's not coming at you. All right, there you have it. That is one championship legend, Martin Nguyen, who takes on Shamil Gasanov at 171 on February 20th in Qatar, broadcasting live on Amazon Prime. Don't miss it. Champ. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.